program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
Valley Spotlight is here. Michael, nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you. This is Dylan.
Dylan's here.
Nice to meet you too.
On's house.
House in downtown Warren.
Yeah.
Lady, let me tell you, you guys have been the talk of the town. People have been raving about not just the food, but also how kind and wonderful and how great it is to have you a part of this community. So welcome to our show.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you today. Nice to meet you today.
Do people think you are on?
Yeah, a lot of customers ask me that is my name's Ann, but no, Ann's my daughter's name.
She's your daughter, right?
It's her
I
daughter.
made the same mistake, of course.
How old is Ann, can I ask?
She's 14 years old.
14 years old.
Yeah.
Does she ever work here? Does she here to
She's
help?
not be here on Saturday. Every Saturday, mostly she will be here if she's not busy.
That's great.
Well, that's okay. That's all right. We are so excited to hear about the special dishes that you've made for us today, and then the things that people are raving about. So, Mike, why don't you start with what's in front of you?
Well, I've never had Vietnamese food before.
Really?
Never had it. And ramen is different than Vietnamese food.
Right.
This is called pho.
Yeah.
Am I saying it right?
It is pho.
Okay.
Yeah, pho. Yeah.
All right. So what's in it?
Normally the pho is like, we have many kinds of pho in our menu. So the most popular I think is the beef pho.
Beef.
And the beef pho like have beef broth. In the bowl is like the noodle under.
That's what I have.
It's on the top.
These are rice noodles, right?
Yeah. It's
Underneath.
rice noodle. And the beef is on the top, and the topping is onion, cilantro, and the white onion.
And then they give you this on the side, and you put it in yourself.
Yeah, because like it's bean sprout basil. Basil is a kind of herb. It's from Asia, and it's very popular with the pho and lemon.
So I just dump it in, or a little bit at a time?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay.
Don't worry, we dump things in on this show. I'm known for dumping things.
Do you do this first or this first?
Normally, we don't use the fork. We use the chopstick.
Oh,
I know.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
Just think of
She
the
could do it.
tricky.
I can do it. That's okay.
Okay.
What is the proper way to? So chopsticks is the proper way to eat it.
Yeah,
and then
chopsticks very difficult to use. I have to tell that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So do you eat the noodles first and then eat the soup part of the broth after that? Okay.
We knew this way, so just try.
Okay.
I have beef too, right? This is the most popular.
Yeah, this is the original beef pho. And
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas. Thank you.
So this is the top plate. It's very tricky to use.
All right.
I can
and
do
then tell me about this sandwich or hoagie or sub. What do you guys call it?
Oh, so like we call it banh mi.
Banh mi?
Yeah, banh mi. But
That's very
Banh mi.
that's very popular on like TikTok and Instagram, and everybody has all of these different versions of doing this. I cannot wait to try the sandwich,
what
but
kind of meat you want? Like you can put the kind of meat you like in the baguette, so it's very easy for you to taste it. Yeah.
What meat do we have?
This one is Franky pork.
Okay.
Franky pork is one kind of pork belly. We made it like very crispy on the skin. The skin is so crispy. And then like the meat still like juicy.
Yeah.
And have like some flavor in that. So
Do people know what they're doing?
actually I think because we are the first Vietnamese restaurant in this area, so not a lot of people know about Vietnamese food.
Yeah.
please do.
I know. I'm learning. All right. You're sticking around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Don't eat that. You got to take us to our first story.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then
I
eat
have a
it.
job to do.
Yeah.
I have a job to do. Like I have to pay attention to my lovely husband who's saying, "Stop talking, lady." He can eat, but I can't. All right, so our first story today, just so everybody knows, this entire show is dedicated to food because Thanksgiving is all about gathering people for reasons to be thankful. And at the Sunrise Inn of Warren, just around the corner from here, Veterans Day is extra special thanks to a member of their staff. Bobby, this one's for you. The Sunrise Inn of Warren has become much more than just a place to eat. It's a sanctuary for veterans, a place where respect, gratitude, and a free meal await those who served our country. For 21 years, the Sunrise Inn of Warren has opened its doors every Veterans Day to honor men and women who fought for our freedom.
The restaurant's blessed. We're heading close to 100 years. Kenny's been here for 45 years. I've been here for 31. For the last 21 years, he's allowed me to do this and be able to give back.
But for Bobby Miller, the tradition of giving back runs much deeper than a simple meal.
So as blessed as we are, as a veteran, what more can we do? You know, our sign says sometimes thank you's not enough, and it's not. Even as a veteran, you can always say thank you, because without those who gave their lives up for this, we wouldn't be here today.
He's a man who knows firsthand the sacrifices made by those in uniform. He served in the U.S. Army for 3 years overseas, a time that shaped his deep commitment to veterans.
You have to understand that from my point of view, coming from a long family of veterans, my grandfather served 35 years under General Patton. My dad was in Vietnam. My mom was in the Army. My brother was in the Marine Corps. First-hand knowledge of knowing what we go through and how lucky we are. It takes a lot, you know, and some people never came home. And this day means more to me for them and their families than just giving away free food.
Every year on Veterans Day, Bobby and his team at the Sunrise Inn set the fallen soldier table.
The Bible itself right there is from 1945, and that is my grandfather's original Bible. It's still signed and dated in it, and that's a very special piece right there.
Every year, the meals are free, and so are the friendships built because of a deep connection to veterans from all areas of service. One of the most enduring friendships Bobby has built through thanking veterans is with Master Sergeant Michael Gonzalez, a respected 9/11 first responder.
They made me feel welcome since that they found out that I was a veteran. They were more, it wasn't just being a veteran, but one thing that I share with you now that the staff knows is that I was a responder to the towers. So it's just family, kind of like how I mentioned the camaraderie. It's kind of the same feeling.
For Bobby, this tradition of feeding veterans is just one small way to give back to those who have given so much. But for the veterans who walk through these doors, the Sunrise Inn is much more than just a place to eat. It's a place where they are reminded that their sacrifices have not been forgotten.
I do it again. So just like everyone else in here, we would all do it again. There's good times, there's bad times, and you try to look at the good times outweigh the bad times.
If you see someone who's wearing one of those veterans' hats, sweatshirts, you know, teach your kids to say thank you. It's a different world that we live in now. It's not the same. We know that. Those guys from the first 2 world wars, Vietnam, Korea, you know, there's not many of them left anymore, and we lose them every day. So say thank you. You know, we live in this country, the greatest country in the world, because of them. So that's the best part about it. You know, you get to see the red, white, and blue. It doesn't matter, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Every one of us bled red, white, and blue. And don't forget them.
Well, first of all, thank you for all you do. Got a little thaw on me?
Little thaw. Just a little bit.
Very good.
I wouldn't be your friend if I didn't tell you about the thaw.
On your face.
On your face.
All right. Let's
Bobby,
take a break.
thank you for everything that these guys do, and just such a remarkable story. We're going to stay here at On's, and I'm going to keep eating.
Then we'll go to Youngstown after this.
And we're going to keep eating there, too.
Stick around.
Miracle on Easy Street is back for its 35th anniversary. Join over 100 singers, dancers, and Little Rascals December 13th through the 15th at Powers Auditorium. Tickets are on sale now, and the best seats are going fast. Visit diorpack.org.
Hills is the low-cost living, anti-inflation department store.
Shop Hills in the Liberty, Lincoln Knolls, and Boardman Plaza, Youngstown, and the Ridgeview Plaza in Warren, and the Hills location in Champion, all open 10 till 10 daily.
Back here on Valley Spotlight at On's house, which is right here on the square in Warren.
This is where it's at.
Good sandwich. That bread is awesome, isn't it?
Oh, she was right. It's like crispy on the outside and so moist and so delicious.
So, Pesto's Test Kitchen.
Yep.
linguine and clam sauce.
I didn't think that you would eat this.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think that?
I don't, because I'm a picky person,
I was
probably.
there because I was worried that you weren't going to eat it.
It was no problem at all. But there are certain no-nos when you make a seafood dish.
It's good tips.
Yeah.
Really good tips on this one.
Welcome to Pesto's Test Kitchen down here at Casa di Canzonetta. And
Hi, Mike Case. How you doing?
how are you, Marcus?
I am great. I'm watching the team decorate for Christmas.
Yeah.
And it just is looking so amazing. Hello, guys.
There they are.
How we doing?
Just waving back.
So anyways, today, we're preparing for Christmas. And one of the dishes of Christmas is Feast of the Seven Fishes is coming up.
True.
And this is Sugo alle Vongole.
Uh-huh. Which is Italian.
Spaghetti and clam sauce.
Okay, that I recognize. I thought you were yelling at me like my grandma for a minute.
Sugo alle Vongole.
Sit down, Mike. Okay.
All right, so
what are we making first?
We have the pan already getting hot. Thank you, Ron, for bringing this in because my induction failed me again. Some really good quality extra virgin olive oil. We're going to hit that with just a little bit of butter. And you're going to see here it's starting to get a little bit happy. And we like happy. We're going to put in a little bit of slivered red onion, a pinch of salt because we want to draw all the water out of that. We're going to go in with some roasted garlic and some slivered garlic because I like to use a combination of both because we're always doing what here with Mark Canzonetta?
We're always evolving. We're always getting better and adding flavor layers.
Layers of flavor. You got it, my friend. You got
Wait a
it.
minute.
So look at that, Ronnie. Look how happy that's getting. And I always like to leave those onions just a little bit of crunchy, so I don't want to take them down until what we call translucent when they get kind of soft. I want a little texture on them because this dish doesn't have a lot of texture. We're going to add in these beautiful, amazing baby manila clams. I love using manila clams. They're very tender. They're very flavorful. So a whole pound of baby manila clams is going in there. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to go in with a little bit of black pepper. I love spice. You know I love spice.
That's true.
So instead of chili flakes in this, I'm going to use some Calabrian chilies. How spicy do you like food?
Mid.
So you're about a 5.
Less than mid.
So we're going to use just like a teaspoon of that in there. Okay? We're going to stir this around. We're going to get these clams really, really happy, as I like to say, and I stole that from Emerald Lagasse. But we want these to open up. If a clam you're cooking is fresh and it doesn't open up, that means it's dead. Throw it away. Get rid of it. It's a bad clam.
They should open up.
They should open up.
Okay.
So once that's sauteed for a little bit, we need a little wine. I like to use a dry white wine, preferably from Italy. So I'm going to use a touch of Pinot Grigio. We're going to bring that back up to the boil. We also have whole baby clams that we're going to put in there.
Okay, you want to do that now?
We're not going to do that now.
Okay.
We're just going to let this simmer for a little bit, let those other clams get infused with flavor. We're going to add a little bit of lemon, and I kicked it up with a little bit more flavor. I charred the outside of it, so it's going to have a little bit of a smoky flavor.
Okay.
So that's going to go in there, a little bit of lemon, because we need that acid to go with the seafood. And we're going to serve this with a great Sicilian white wine.
Okay.
So we have the lemon in there right now. So now, Mike, if you want to put up those clams.
Just all of it?
As much as you want. How much do you want?
What about the juice?
All the juice, because that's the flavor, baby.
Well, I like the clams. So let's do it.
Clams and juice, you got it both.
And let me know when I can ask you a couple of questions.
Ask me a couple questions now.
Okay, good. Well,
That's those hotline.
I think you're on the air. Go ahead. I think I've heard this somewhere. Cook with any oil you want, but eat with the best olive oil.
That is true. There's a few times where I cook with extra virgin. This is one of those times.
Okay.
But I added a little bit of butter to it. You want to cook with an oil that has a high smoke point. Extra virgin olive oil doesn't necessarily. And if you burn it, it's going to have a really, really off flavor. Typically, a great extra virgin olive oil is used to finish the dish. It goes on top. Okay, and we really like that.
Okay, second question. When you're cooking seafood, sometimes it can get too done because it cooks really quick.
So sometimes, like these clams, if they were cooked already, I would pull those clams out, and I would simply go in, and I would take out these clams just like this, and I would let the sauce reduce. And we might just do that. And we'll let the sauce reduce because you don't want to, because clams are very delicate. There's only a couple ways you go with clams and calamari and shrimp and like that. It's either low and slow or quick and fast.
Okay, and this was the quick and fast.
This is quick and fast. So we want to take those clams out.
Okay.
And we're going to let...
That's pretty good questions.
Well, those are pro tips. We like that. Some pro tips here. Oh my God, that's starting to smell so good. So this evolved in Italy around 1839. It's evolved in coastal regions around Italy, but this actually occurred in eastern Genoa. So in eastern Genoa, they started making this dish. One of the famous dukes there, I can't remember his name, Iverco something, but he actually published the recipe for this in 1839.
Okay.
So then what happened was all the Italian immigrants, they came to New York City and they started making this dish in New York City and became very, very, very popular.
Are we done with these ingredients, or is this the next part with the pasta?
We're going to use some more butter, and then at the end, we're not going to finish it with this beautiful Locatelli cheese.
So
and I'm going to tell you
excited
why.
about that. Okay, let's take our break, and then when we come back, we'll keep going.
Absolutely, sounds great.
All right, be right back.
Hey guys, you feel that chill in the air?
We sure do. That means it must be time for Valley Spotlight to team up with Gulf Heating and Cooling and warm up the holiday season.
That's right. If you know someone who needs a new furnace, now's your chance to help.
To nominate someone to win a brand new Lennox furnace, just visit valleyspotlight.com. Tell us their story and help us make this holiday season extra special for someone who needs it.
The winner will be announced on Valley Spotlight December 8th at 10 a.m.
On the Valley CW. Happy holidays, everyone.
Find your next meal on the new Eat Local Ohio app. Beautifully curated food content from all the best local independent restaurants, right at your fingertips. Download the app today. Eat Local Ohio.
We have such a legacy, created such a legacy here in the Valley, and we're very well respected by numerous manufacturers in the industry. We're a leader in our industry, and I want to continue that. We want to continue that, and we want to take it to the next level. Whatever that level may be, we're ready for it.
So let yourself go to Duca. Let yourself go to Duca.
Here at Pesto's Test Kitchen.
We got some beautiful reduction. We're going to put the clams back in.
All right.
We're going to get those nice and hot again.
Tell them what we're making in case they tuned out or just tuned in.
Sugo alle Vongole.
Which means?
Linguine and clam sauce. But we're using spaghetti because the Italians use spaghetti. They don't really use linguine. Use whatever pasta you like. If you like bow ties, use bow ties. So you can see that sauce is nice and reduced now. We're going to add some very, very high butter fat content, Italian butter. You can use good old butter at home, but please, whatever you're doing at home, make sure you use sweet, unsalted butter. Don't use salted butter because it might mess up your recipe because you're already adding salt into it, so you don't want to do that. We want to add a little bit of parsley.
These are from Italian cows, I know.
Moo! Moo!
Like that? Is that how it goes?
I think we've all went around the bend here. So we're going to stir that butter in.
You can say that if you're Italian. If you're not, you can't make that joke.
And Chef Bobby in the back already created and gave us some really, really nice bronze dye pasta here that he cooked al dente that we're going to stick back in. Okay. And we're going to bring this back up to heat. And we want that pasta to cook in there for about 60 seconds because that bronze dye pasta, as we know, because I've talked about it until I'm blue in the face, is very porous and it absorbs a lot of things. So we want to stir that in there. We want to get it hot. We want to get it happy. And look at the clams in there. I mean, this is just going to be a beautiful, amazing dish. Mike, we're going to pour some wine.
Oh, good.
This is a really, really great Sicilian wine. The Sicilians are really making some amazing wines these days. It's a light and dry, crisp wine. It's only about 12.5% alcohol, so you can have a glass or two and you're never going to feel the effects of it. It's a great summer wine. So what do you think of that? Cheers.
Yeah, cheers it up.
To a great Christmas season. Wonderful, isn't it?
Crisp. It's very crisp.
So we like to do, everybody likes their TikTok moments these days. So we're going to take the pasta, we're going to put it inside our...
we're going to stack
our layer.
Fancy stack?
We're just going to lay it out flat.
Okay.
Just like so.
Okay.
And that looks beautiful. I need a little bit more pasta there. But then we're going to take that beautiful clams and the sauce and put it over the top.
Okay.
Look at that. That looks great.
Yeah.
Now we're just going to layer over this amazing clam and clam sauce. And look at that. And we want to make sure we get all that beautiful broth that has that Pinot Grigio, those Calabrian chilies.
We're going to need some bread to sop this up, aren't we?
We're going to have to go steal some bread. I don't think they baked it off yet.
That's okay.
Because our bread is quite amazing, as you know.
At home, you would have bread for this.
You would.
There's no doubt.
So I'm going to steal one of my forks back from you.
Now, wait. You would think that I would put this grated cheese on top.
No.
But I almost got yelled at when I
If you don't know what the 11th commandment is, no cheese on fish in Italy. That's the 11th commandment. Okay. So what we're going to do is we have this wonderful Italian condiment called panagrato. As you know, the Italians, they don't waste anything.
Pan means bread.
Bread, yeah. So we take the bread, we make breadcrumbs, we toast them in extra virgin olive oil, we add some parsley, some chili, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of lemon zest, and this is our cheese. Panagrato, that's going on top of that beautiful Sugo alle Vongole.
I have a friend who has an Italian restaurant in Akron.
Okay.
And they serve that instead of cheese because when the dad grew up, they didn't have the money for cheese, and that's what they used.
Mike, get in there.
Here we go.
Get in there.
All right, you going in?
You go in first.
All right, I'll go.
You're my guest.
It's true.
You can use the spoon to twirl.
I'm not a spoon twirler.
Well, that's good.
But what's the etiquette when you eat it over the dish and the rest falls in the dish? Is that okay?
It's fine.
Because I think that's what's going to happen.
I think it is. I think you're going to be fine. I mean, you might want to have a little bit of a better twirl there, but that's okay.
Doing my best. You're doing live television.
We're live on TV.
Wow, man, that's wonderful.
Is that good? Did you like the panagrato?
I did. I like the butter. It's salty because of the clams.
So fresh, so bright.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to add a little bit more lemon, and you're all set.
Yeah.
This is one of the feasts of the 7 fishes that we're going to be serving during the holidays at Casa di Canzonetta.
When do the holidays officially start around here? Would you say Thanksgiving-ish? I know they're decorating.
As soon as Rick is done with decorating, and his team is done decorating, it's Christmas to me.
Okay.
So, and if you're a kid, you're going to get a special little gift. Every kid gets a special gift. Besides the lucky $2 bills, you're going to get an additional gift every time you come into Casa di Canzonetta.
I was going to ask you that. It looks great on the Steelite plateware, doesn't it?
It does. Steelite, our sponsor, I mean, they're just fantastic. I'm going to cheers with my newest Vongole glass, and I love it.
Okay. That's Pesto's Texas for this week.
Cheers.
Tell them one more time. Linguine and clam sauce is called? In Italian?
Sugo alle Vongole. Sugo alle Vongole.
It'll be on the menu, and you'll know now what it is. That was really buttery and good.
It was buttery and good.
I mean, usually, I don't know. I've only had it a couple times. It's just bland-ish.
Tastes
but it
so
tastes
fresh,
really good.
and all the flavors that he has. That Calabrian chili, not to be afraid of, right?
Breadcrumb mixture sprinkled
so
on
good.
top.
It's on the menu now at Casa di Canzonetta. So if you go down there, you can order it, and it's to die for.
All right, break time.
Yes.
On's house. You got to look this up, and Warren. We'll be back.
Taking one cash offer for your home doesn't have to be your only option. I'm Barbara Corcoran, and especially in today's current market, having a local real estate agent who offers great marketing and options that are customized to fit your needs is smart. In Youngstown, the agent I trust is Kelly Warren. Kelly can give you a guarantee to sell your home, instant offer, and the best marketing strategies in the Mahoning Valley. Get the option that's right for you. Go to kellysolder.com.
Welcome back. Sally Spotlight, enjoying our Sunday morning.
Our Thanksgiving edition of the show, which means everybody wants to show their food.
Right. And the day before Thanksgiving is a big pizza night.
Huge pizza night. And there's a brand new place right here in Warren that literally they cannot make the pizza fast enough.
It's a family affair. You'll find out why. Oh, we always love a new place to eat, and especially when it's this family, the Cockeye Barbecue family, the Cockeye Creamery family, and now the Franky's Pizza family. This is Benjamin, the brother you didn't probably meet before.
Probably, yeah.
Because you're over there working your tail off.
I'm usually always in the kitchen, so most folks haven't met me yet.
And now you've started your own place.
I have, yes.
Franky's Pizza.
Franky's Pizza and Deli, yes, sir.
Do people think you're Franky?
They do, yeah. That's the number one question. Who's Franky?
Tell them.
So Franky was my grandfather on my dad's side. So that was where Franky came from, and that's why it's Franky's with the Y, not Franky's with the I-E-S. That's just how my great-grandmother always spelled it, so that's what we went with.
And he's Italian?
So funny enough,
That's how my in-laws pronounce it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's German. On the other side is Sicilian. So I took my German grandfather's name, but some of my Sicilian grandfather's recipes, and that's where we came to.
And Benjamin went to culinary school.
I did.
To learn all the different aspects of culinary training.
Yeah, so it was a fantastic experience for me. I went to culinary school in New York, so I had a very classic French education, and then picked up all of that East Coast sort of flair, and really sort of zeroed in and caught my attention. And so I kind of brought all that back to the Valley, and obviously growing up here, pizza, Italian food, that's what is comfort food here. So it just kind of made sense. Those two things came together, and now we're here.
Now, when you start from scratch, no pun intended, you can pick any kind of dough or pizza or whatever you wanted to do.
Absolutely.
You pick like a thicker pizza.
Yeah.
Tell people why you decided to make this choice.
So we do a New York Sicilian, which isn't so far from the sheet pan pies that most folks grew up on around here, like I did. And so it was sort of a natural sort of putting the two pieces together. The Valley where I grew up, eating sheet pan pies, and that New York Sicilian slice that I always had when I was living there. And so I thought that the rectangle pie would be approachable to the folks around here. End of the day, this is feed your family pie. It's budget minded, and it's friendly, and you can feed a lot of people off of one pie. And so the rectangle, the Sicilian style, just made more sense. And I sort of started messing around. It's a Sicilian style, so it's very tall, but it's very light, very crispy, and I think that's what folks around here were looking for.
Focaccia-ish.
Focaccia style definitely is an appropriate term for it.
These are the couple of the favorites.
So these are some heavy hitters for us so far.
Let's start with this one that I tried.
Yeah.
It's called?
So this is a spicy pepperoni.
Okay.
That's our house-made red sauce. We make that every morning. An East Coast blend, mozzarella, and then it's pepperoni and mortadella with an Italian chili crunch oil. So that's a toasted sesame seeds, fried garlic, fried onions with some spices and seasonings, and it's in a really high-quality olive oil. So it's a spicy sort of crunchy thing, and really what it came back from was a play on, you put crushed red pepper on your slice. And so I thought, how do we take that and then take it 2 steps further? And so the chili crunch oil sort of makes sense. It's that crushed red pepper flavor with some addeds. And
then this one, I bet this is even surprising to you how well this is done.
The white seems to be the one that folks keep coming back for, which of course we're very grateful for.
You can see the dollops of, looks like ricotta cheese on top.
Yeah, so it's a seasoned olive oil base with peppers and oil that we're making in-house. So Hungarian hot peppers we're doing in-house. That mozzarella cheese, and then I do a dollop of herb ricotta on each slice. So it's a sopraffina ricotta, so it's a smaller curd. It's more of a finishing ricotta. We add fresh basil, fresh oregano, lemon juice, and then we dollop it on each slice before it bakes, and it sort of melts out in and blends with the peppers and oil and the mozzarella in a way. It's pretty fun, yeah.
So good. And then these sandwiches, I'm gonna open up. I saved mine to open up. This is a chicken parm.
That is
sandwich,
a chicken parm.
Same dough.
Same dough
as the pizza.
Same dough, slightly different proofing process. All of it is sort of closest to it might be like a sourdough. So it takes about 24 hours to produce through several steps of fermentation process that builds a lot of depth of flavor into the dough. So in order to get it to this shape, or to this shape, that's where my bakers really come. They're essential. I can't do without them.
Back there.
I've got a team, and I can't do without them. So every single dough is portioned, stretched, rolled, proofed, all by hand. So getting it to this, getting it to that, it all sort of comes from the same mother, this fermentation mother, and then we move it into these different shapes and different processes to build it for what we're looking for.
What's this one?
So this is our Italian. That's the Franky's Italian. So far, a #1 bestseller. Ham, salami, mortadella, seasoned olive oil, red wine vinegar, lettuce, tomato, onion.
It's this big.
And a big, and a really nice provolone. So we do these rolls in-house. They're fresh every morning. My crew gets in here before the crack of dawn to make these rolls for us. We call them pofudo, which is totally made up. But, in Italian, it's like plump or chubby or fat. So
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, right.
And they're a big hit. And then I don't know too many places that have Italian ice.
Yeah.
So the creamery kind of steps in and helps out a little bit, right?
So my brother, Max, with our Cockeye Creamery brand, he really tagged in heavy with us when we started talking about this process. And of course, it made sense to have an Italian ice here. So it's a co-branded product that I worked with my brother at Cockeye Creamery and then us here at Franky's Pizza to produce an Italian ice. So right now I just have the 3 flavors. It's a lemon, a strawberry, and a straw lemon blend. And we have some sugar-free in the process right now, recipes we're working through. So dairy-free options for our folks at Cockeye Creamery who are looking for that other sort of side of the coin. So dairy-free options, and then shortly here we'll have sugar-free options as well.
And we have some gluten-free options for the dough too, which we should probably mention because there's a lot of people out there that have that sort of issue. So, all right, he's open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Which is great. So if you want some pie when you're watching the ball game today, you can do it. What is, I would ask you the number, but I'm afraid you don't know it.
The phone number? Yes. 330-757-7637.
There you go. Are we on social media too?
Yes.
In case people want to look it up?
Yep, Facebook, Instagram. Yes, sir.
It's right here, just on the north side of downtown Warren. Come in, get your stuff, and go, or just sit in one of these little tables and enjoy it.
Yes, sir.
Benjamin,
Thanks so much. Thanks.
Congrats on all your success.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Gotta try it. So they got the barbecue, the ice cream, now lemon ice. I love lemon ice. And nobody sells lemon ice. And then the pizza.
And those sandwiches.
I know. It's like a loaf of bread with a sandwich in it.
Sandwiches. My gosh, you guys did a good job on that.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Benjamin.
I'm a little bit jealous, just a little.
All right, we'll take our break.
Yes, let's take a break. And then, you know who has never been on our show before? Jeff Chrystal.
Well, let's rectify that right away.
Right? We'll get on it.
Safety is our top priority at Barina's Automotive Center when we're taking care of your vehicle. We invest in the latest equipment to service the newest makes and models and keep our team's education up to date on the latest skills and techniques. At Barina's, we provide a free digital vehicle safety inspection so you can actually see what we see and understand our recommendations. Barina's Automotive Center on Robbins Avenue in Niles. Call 330-652-AUTO today and get your car back on the road safe and sound. All right, we're back on Valley Spotlight.
Ann's house, not Ann's house. Don't call it that.
No, and that's Dylan. Ann's her daughter.
Right. Michael will correct you if you get it wrong.
You know, we ran into Jeff Chrystal at the Catholic
the
eating
chef's
thing.
charity event.
Yes. And I said, can we do something? He said, yeah, that'd be awesome. We've never done anything before.
We've never been with Jeff Chrystal, and he's like a monument in this area for food.
For catering, the restaurants back in the day, and he does a bang up Thanksgiving and Christmas takeout.
I cannot wait to see this.
Oh, this is exciting with our buddy Jeff Chrystal. We're at the catering hall here in on Belmont Avenue.
Yes.
How long have you been in this location?
Well, I think 15, 18, maybe 20 years.
I think more than that.
Yeah,
I think
20,
so.
25.
Is this always what you kind of want? It's 2024 still.
Yeah.
Is this always what you wanted to do?
Yes.
Like when you were a kid?
Well, yeah, actually, I at high school, I used to cook for my friends. And my father was a chef. And then he took me down to culinary school and went teaching. I can teach them how to cook. You teach them how to be a chef.
It worked out.
Well, we'll see. It's a work in progress.
Still working.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Still,
how many years?
44.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, 44.
We were talking a little about Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And you were nice enough to put a little dinner together for us.
A little something we threw together for you.
I would say so. Before I ask you about tips on all this stuff, this is something great for people that maybe they don't want to cook anymore, or they just have a smaller group and they don't feel like doing the whole big shebang for someone and their husband, you know?
Plus, think of the complications nowadays of going to get, this is a small turkey. So if you got a large turkey, it's 22 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So you put that in your cooler. Then you go get the carrots, the tomatoes, everything. You're out of room before.
Exactly.
You don't have, I don't know how it works.
And this is a dinner
Not that I ever did it at home.
Right. But this is a dinner, you want everything to come out at once.
Yes.
And it's very hard to do, and thankfully there's people like you out there that can help.
Yes, and that's you know, we do it all old-fashioned ways.
Mm-hmm.
So next week I'll start making all the bread for the stuffings.
Okay.
So all the bread is made from scratch.
Okay.
Then we cut it and break it up so it gets stale. So it's a whole big long process. All of the individual dinners that we do are out of turkey breasts, and we bone those out ourselves. We roast the bones and then make stock, and a giant kettle down there will make a giant batch of turkey stock. So for all the sauce for the dinners,
So the gravy and stuff.
sauce.
And sauce. Sorry. It's called sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Remember,
Yeah.
chefs make sauce, your mother makes gravy,
Okay.
fruits make juices.
Gotcha. I gotcha. So for all the sauce.
Yeah, for all the sauce, we're making that stock from scratch, which is a difference maker. You know, when you have something that's been made in the house from scratch, it tastes like homemade.
All right. Well, let's get started on ours, and then I'll pepper you with some more questions.
All right, cool.
Okay. So we're going to start with the... Now, how did you do your turkey?
Turkey, what we do is we'll brine them with a little sugar and salt for a day or two, and then this is oven roasted. We also do them out on the spit over cherry wood fire. Smoked. Yeah, smoked, which is fantastic too.
Okay.
It all depends on what you like. So with the dinner, you get your turkey, you get Maripoli vegetables. In there, you get quarts of sauce, whipped potatoes, candied yams, mixed vegetables. The whipped potatoes, did I say that?
You did.
Okay, it's tossed salad, pies.
Bread and butter.
Bread and butter. And then we have our wheat bread, which you could buy additionally. So you could also get, say your family likes this, but they're crazy about potatoes, you could get an extra pan of potatoes.
Right.
You could get extra loaves of bread. It's not an issue of what you can get. It's unlimited on Thanksgiving. Now for when we come for Christmas, we do the turkeys. We also do hams. We have a gentleman in New Wilmington that smokes all of our own hams. Sam Whiting is fabulous.
Okay.
So we take them back on our spit, re-smoke them over cherry wood, so you could have the hams, the turkey, and this is Christmas time only. Then we do appetizer trays.
Right.
Thanksgiving, it's straight turkey.
We're doing the turkey stuff.
Yeah.
The traditional stuff.
Traditional.
What do you have in the oven?
I have a little bit of, I made you some celery dressing because, you know, I'm worried about you.
Now, some people call it stuffing, some people call it dressing. I don't want to make you mad. Which one is this? Or is there a difference?
You know, there's so many variations of dressings. You can do, everybody goes, well, I put pecans in mine. I put oysters. This is old-fashioned with fresh sage, celery, onions, and stock. Butter. You got to use whole butter in there.
Look how big the chunks of bread are.
Yeah. And that's all of our homemade bread. So we'll get all that going.
Okay. Fix a plate.
All right.
And I'll keep asking.
You keep asking.
Questions. So let's say I've ordered this for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Do I need to pick, can I pick it up on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll have, it gets so crazy on Belmont Avenue that there's a line of traffic down
Thanks
that
to you. Yeah. Yeah.
Picking up individual dinners, pull into the lot on the south. The dinners pull into our parking lot, and there's a whole line. My son Seamus has it all organized.
Okay.
Like Chick-fil-A.
You got a routine going. I got it. And I'm sure people are familiar with it too.
Yes.
All right, so there you go. Potatoes.
And then,
no lumps in those.
No, and you're all, you know, next week is a potato peeling week, and it's not
the best week.
Well, not for.
Well, if you're in the Army.
Yeah.
You know, those guys, they're good at it. Oh, hello, huh? Whew. So if we get this home, we can take this home, could we reheat, or is it better just to get it and have the people sit at the table when you show up?
You can take it, it'll be in a foil pan that's oven ready. And there'll be stock, you know, broth in it that you can try that.
Okay. Oh, it's so good.
You know, that you can put right in the oven. So it's that. The individual dinners are done in microwavable containers. So even if you picked them up at 1 and then you could put it in your microwave.
Yeah.
Pop it right in.
5.
Eat at 5.
Halftime of the Cowboys game or whatever you want to do.
Whoever's got that.
All right. Give them the contact information in case people want to get a hold of you and start building their Thanksgiving meals.
You can reach us at 330-743-8062.
Okay.
And give us a call.
And then we get you started, right?
That's it. Yeah. And pick it up on Thanksgiving Day.
So if you're doing something for 1, 2, or 22, this is the place to come.
Yes.
Awesome.
Whatever you need.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, if you had to pick turkey or side dishes?
Now you got to do them all.
Oh, I thought for sure you picked one or the other.
Listen, Wait till you try. I'll make you a little sandwich with. You got to try this. What did they
The
put here?
sandwiches the next day?
Yeah,
It's
that's
so good.
why you need. Here we go.
Okay.
Here's your equipment.
Thank you. I'm going into stuffing. Try them out.
Watch
Jeff
this.
Chrystal's right here on Belmont.
Meteorite hot.
Okay, it's lava.
This would be worse than eating pizza on the way home.
Get your orders in. Get your orders in. Let him cook. Then you just scoop it all into the trash when you're done.
I think that might be the route I take this year, Jeff Chrystal.
He's good. That turkey was good.
Yeah, it looked really good. So, Kelly Warren has always got something up her sleeve.
Yes.
All right. But this property out in Struthers, Michael, when you come through this neighborhood, it's like you've arrived. It's like a place that you would like.
To the condo?
Yeah.
I love what you're saying already.
Sorry, Kel, this one kind of went out of focus. Ron did his best. Okay, we love you.
We're like two queens on the hill. Isn't
On
that like
the
a game
hill.
that you played as a kid? Like King of the Mountain?
Yes! That's what I felt like when we kind of like sauntered our way up here. We're still out here.
won.
Yeah, we won. We win. Captured the flag. We won. Out here in Struthers, Clingan Crossing. It's a beautiful condo association neighborhood that's like still in this park-like setting. It's a gorgeous town out here, Cal.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
All right. So talk to me about the honor of living here. What does it come with?
So when you live in a community like this, you have an HOA, a homeowners association.
Yes.
And there's some pros and cons to having a homeowners association.
I know that there are lots of pros, and I also know that my mother will say sometimes cons too. Sometimes it's hard for people to work together. Sometimes.
And sometimes the pros are the cons. It just depends on who you know,
where
what
you're
value.
at.
Yeah. So some of the, I guess maybe a con is that you pay a monthly HOA fee. So there's an expense to living in a development like this.
But that
However,
covers so much.
Yes, it does. Covers your lawn and snow removal, so low maintenance. You don't have to take care of anything outside generally on an HOA.
It's great.
It covers the roof, the siding, things like that. If when the buildings need replaced, you don't have to come out of pocket 20 grand because you've been paying a couple $100s a month for a long time.
Right.
Covers like sealing the drives, covers insurance for the HOA, and in a development like this one, there's a clubhouse, little workout room, pool, stuff like that. Sometimes the HOAs have, and those are included in the HOA fees.
And when you come into this neighborhood, it's a gated entry. Like you have to, it's very safe, it's very private. You feel like you've kind of like arrived.
Yeah.
It comes with
Some
that.
condo developments feel tighter together, less yards, sometimes people don't like that maybe they're on top of each other, but maybe sometimes people do like that.
Still a neighborhood.
This one feels sprawling and you've got woods and trees around you, so that's not an issue here.
That is it's really a lovely spot. So look it up on kellysoldit.com. All right, kellysoldit.com out here in Struthers. This is unit 12D in
Clingan Crossing, 5645 Clingan Road. You can find it online at kellysoldit.com.
All right, Kel, thank you always.
Oh, give us a call or a text, 330-717-2689. 717-2689.
All right. Now we're done.
Well, there you have it. Less yard work. I love Struthers.
Yes.
I love Struthers.
It's in the middle of everything, and that condo itself, like it had the two master bedrooms that kind of joined.
fun.
I like that.
Yeah, it's good.
I like that. All right, you want to take a break?
Yep.
And then we're going to go to the farm.
Oh, good.
50
Carl.
50-pound turkey.
50 pounds. Your workout is not carry one of those turkeys for a little bit. Be right back.
Your eyes are two of the most important parts of your body, so it's best to take care of them. Optical Solutions in the Austintown Plaza offers comprehensive eye exams, medical eye care, LASIK and cataract evaluation, and more. Contact lenses in all types, plus eyewear from budget to designer frames. Optical Solutions is your complete eye care destination. Covered by most insurance carriers, contact Optical Solutions today to make your appointment. 330-797-8780.
All right, back here on Valley Spotlight. What you doing?
Trying to flip these noodles into my mouth.
I didn't know that they made 50-pound. Where are they growing these turkeys?
Okay, and how about me? I didn't know that they had the 50-pound turkeys until the end of the segment.
Mm-hmm.
So we're
That's
talking
okay.
about Thanksgiving and gift baskets and all that other stuff.
And then we make
Right at the
mention
end.
of the 50 pound
We drop it in on you at the end.
But yeah, they're farm raised.
Take it away.
Lots of farm stuff.
Well, it's turkey time, it's thankfulness time, it is Angiuli's farm market time. Did you think that all those things went together?
No, but you made it sound good. I love it.
That's why we keep hanging out together. Carl.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
Awesome.
How was the year?
Good. We're
Yeah?
winding down. We still have some great items yet. It's quiet, but which is we like that. We're catching up doing field work. We're doing maintenance on equipment and buildings and kind of switching gears, but we still have stuff at the market.
Right, and they're still pulling things out of the field as he's talking about doing other kinds of things.
Broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, parsley, spinach, arugula, great items. We have potatoes in storage, or all kinds of squash, winter squash, butternut spaghetti, and then apples.
This is the season that people are getting ready and gearing up and making lists for lots of different holidays. And even if people aren't celebrating that necessarily like on the day of Thanksgiving or on Christmas, we have so many different types of schedules out there that this is the time to come here and to maybe do your own smaller Thanksgiving with the things that you really love, right?
Yeah, I mean, all this stuff, you could get your apples ready, put them away. You can put your broccoli, cauliflower away. It's not going to happen on Thursday. It's going to be the weekend. Come out Wednesday, do your shopping, get everything.
And it's literally farm fresh.
And it's great.
And while you're doing that shopping, then you can also think about some of these gift baskets, which really do, I don't want to sound, silly, but they really do make the best gift.
They're very different, and that's what we go for. And we've been building on it for a few years now. We like to do where are you going to get a gift basket with a little bit of hot dried peppers from Angiuli's out there,
It's like, did you guys make that one for me?
Yeah, so we got a great California olive oil we're doing right now. And then you got your sauce, you got the pasta basket right there. You chop these hot peppers in with a little bit of olive oil, throw the sauce, and you got the pasta, and who doesn't like that,
I do have to say, I follow an American and an Italian couple on Facebook or Instagram, those reels and stuff. And they go to Costco and they say the ones that are good or bad. They go to all these American stores. And this one is on the good list.
Yes, that is.
This is one of those that's kind of hard to find, too.
We're lucky. We bring it in ourselves out of Italy on a container ship, and we bring all these great Italian products in.
If you're coming for one thing, I think this is a reason to walk through the door.
3 different flavors, and then we have just the puree, and I think there's some of it also in little grape, the whole line. So there's
so many
5 or
different
6 different types of this brand.
This is a game changer, I think. All right, let's touch on the gift certificates as well, because they are available.
It's time,
right?
Yeah, the families love the gift certificates.
Oh, I got one last year. It was great.
And then we can make gift baskets. You can come in, look around, say, hey, I want this, and then the girls will put it together for you. We could go with fresh produce, or
give them a theme.
Give them a theme, and exactly. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And we put cheeses in them. We do the pastas. So we're going to be busy with that again. So call in and.
What are the hours now?
Right now we're winter hours, 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 4 on Sunday.
Okay, very
and
good.
We'll be open till about mid-December.
All right.
So then we'll shut her
down.
down.
Well, maybe we'll see it one more time before the holidays. But on a side note, Gina, thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, she did.
Do we have turkeys this year?
We do have a few turkeys. So
call. Fresh turkeys?
They're frozen. They've been butchered. Yeah, they're frozen.
They're frozen.
But they're large. They're 50, 40, 30 pounders.
Say it again?
30 to 50. Jumbo turkeys. Call.
You need a 50-pound turkey. Call Carl.
Yeah. A big family.
You got 110 people coming to your house.
We'll take care of it.
Seriously, how many people does a 50-pound turkey feed?
Lots. An
Maybe
army.
stay 30.
Yeah. We've got some small ones too. So call, check availability. We're here.
You want to know why Esther Fred was on the other side of the screen going like this, ask about the turkeys? I'm certainly glad I did.
Yes.
Thank you for being with us,
Thanks for
Carl.
coming out today.
Very thankful for you.
Well, there you have it.
I was
You need Carl, Rocky, like all the Angiulis.
Yeah.
His mom.
We need them all.
Put them on the table.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right. A special retirement announcement.
Yeah.
That kind of took us all a little bit by surprise. I wasn't expecting it.
I think we all have kind of, in broadcasting, an affinity for people that want to go into broadcasting and actually succeed and start right out of college and do it and just keep doing it like Dan Rivers did it for decades.
He gives us hope.
Yeah, he does. And he's one of the best to ever do it. So he's retiring. Happy retirement. We thought we'd take a look back, and I was lucky enough to sit down with him a few months ago.
Hey, welcome to the program. This is Dan Rivers on 570 WKBN.
There he is, Dan Rivers, in his familiar chair at his familiar station. For 41 years, Dan has been doing what he always wanted to do since he was a kid on the other side of Ohio.
Like when my father gave me the True Tone radio back when I was maybe 9 or 10 years of age, and I listened to WOWO in Fort Wayne, Indiana, listening to hockey, even though I'd never been to a hockey game. I loved radio. I knew from the very beginning what I wanted to do.
2 tours in Vietnam and stops in Columbus, Coshocton, Delaware, Ohio, and then Detroit eventually led him to Youngstown State, and then finally the airways here in the Valley.
We have changed. Our valley has changed. I can remember in the 1970s and the 1980s, we were wringing our hands. We were waiting for the airplane factory to come into the Youngstown Regional Airport, and we were going to build something called the Yak. And the only thing we got out of it was a building.
Dan has changed too.
When I first started in radio, I used to think, hey, this is Dan Rivers, how are you? Like, the Boots Bell type thing. That's what we thought the radio should sound like. You don't hear that anymore.
Yeah.
When I was in broadcasting prior to college, I was fairly ignorant because I was not a good student in high school. Things have changed more with technology, and I've embraced all kinds of the technology. As you look around the studio, here's a call screener. Here's a computer that I can look up anything I want. Over here is something called Next Gen. Here's an iPad. Here's another iPad. Then, of course, for the backup, I got a phone. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
You have all of these types of things. I guess the big thing is now is the pursuit of passwords, right?
Right.
Trying to keep those straight.
And good luck with that.
Yeah.
Dan will be the first one to tell you that he's had some good luck along the way, but he's worked hard to get to the top.
I am still trying to pursue the correct way to do the show every day. And I think that's what makes the show better, is because I'm trying to figure out what is actually the best way to prepare for the show. What's the best topics to have out here? How much technology do you need?
This career has taken Dan places he'd never be able to go and meet people that most people would never get to meet.
I'd say they're really cool. You know what? Every time Jay Leno comes to town, he sits right where you are. He comes in, makes it a point to come to this radio station, and sits down and talks just like you and I are talking. And I had a chance to introduce Jay at Stanville Auditorium, and he and I and my wife, we sat backstage and we talked about everything for 20 minutes. Just a decent guy.
He gets to meet some stars and then share his views on the air.
Well, I can tell you what I'm passionate about.
Okay.
In Mahoning County, we are going to try to add a 0.25% sales tax to pave every county road in the next 5 years. We are going to have pristine roads here in Mahoning County, and I'm fully behind this. We have people that are coming into the United States right now that we don't know who they are, what they need, what their intentions are. I just can't believe that we're doing this during COVID. Those are 2 topics that I am very passionate about.
So, every weekday from 9 till noon, you'll find him here, talking.
All right, Joe Bell, 570 WKBN. All right, down to Orlando, my friend Rory. Hey, Rory.
And knowing it's important to listen to.
Why do you think this news talk works as well as it does?
I think one of the reasons is that people still want to be connected. It's really like when you call a computer company. Isn't it great to talk to somebody who really gives you good service? And that's what we do. I feel a large part of our job is really public service. And being able to, people can call us. And
he sleeps a little later now.
I do. In fact, my wife is kind of my partner now. She's a retired critical care nurse, and she takes great pleasure in getting up and looking through the news and saying, here's some things you should be talking about. I sleep in a little bit longer, and she has a lot of things prepared for me.
And that's the way it's going to be for the foreseeable future. Well, I'll ask you what everybody asks you. How long are you going to do it?
As long as I'm relevant and able to do it with some sort of professionalism, I wouldn't want to do it if I thought that I couldn't. But you got to think, it's an amazing thing that iHeartMedia has trusted me to take 3 hours, their 3 hours, and really say anything that I want with very little guidance from them. My critics are fairly vocal in the text message and the email. Not everybody loves you or not everybody agrees with you, but a lot of the callers disagree with me, but I find that when I do go out, there's a lot of people that say, keep doing what you're doing. Keep telling the story of the Mahoning Valley.
A great story on a great guy, done by a great guy.
Thank you. Another update, Keith Sturgeon, our friend that does the pinstripe art.
Yes.
They have a magazine called Gnarly Magazine, and they have a contest called Show Us Your Skulls. And Keith drew a skull on a guitar that's being used by a local band, and he won the contest. There was voting, and he won. So he's going to be featured in Gnarly Magazine when the next edition comes out.
Well, when we get our Gnarly Magazine next time, Dylan, and I will know what it is that you're talking about.
All right.
Darling, this stuff is so fresh and so clean. And for a lot of times, I'll say this, on the show we feature heavy things. We have a lot of lasagna, a lot of pizza.
Yeah.
This makes you feel like you could just float out of here.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So fresh.
You take a lot of pride in the natural ingredients.
Yeah, of course. Like Vietnamese food a little bit different with American food or other countries' food because it's all very natural. Like even
Very
the meat,
natural.
you can see that it's from the fresh meat. Don't have any spice or anything on the beef, so we have to make it very careful, very carefully to make it fresh. And like the broth, we make from the real beef bones.
Right.
It's not from the can that you can buy from supermarket.
That's how I make beef broth.
And
Can you make the bread?
bread is we make the bread freshly.
Oh my goodness.
And this egg coffee, that's the first thing on their menu. What a process. I've never heard of this.
Actually, the egg coffee is very special drink from Vietnam. If you have came to Hanoi, you can see that it's very popular in many coffee shops in Vietnam. But I don't think any country on the world that have it in their menu because the egg cream is made from the fresh egg. Yeah. It's from the fresh egg yolk.
And they do it here.
And they make the cream from
so
it.
that's why it takes out.
That's so cool.
And only we can make this, the owner can make this.
Okay.
So cool. Such special stuff. We feel really fortunate to have you on the show, Dylan. This is great.
Yeah, thank you for having us. Thank you. And good luck. Can we come back?
Of course.
Okay, good.
I welcome you and your team.
Okay. That'll be good. All right, check them out. They have a Facebook page called On's House Warren.
Yeah,
Right.
House Warren. Very easy to search. Yeah.
And they're right here on the square, just down from Nova, a little bit further if you're heading north.
Yeah, just one more reason to come to downtown Warren and make some new friends.
Okay.
And Mike, you ate more than I did today.
I was looking about it. Yeah, I was looking about it. This would be for 3 people.
No, it's for one. Even me, I can finish the whole bowl. So sweet.
Well, thanks for watching. I know you have plenty of things to be thankful for at your house, and we appreciate what you guys do watching us.
Yes, thank you always. And I don't even know what to say. Steelite, we're here because of you guys when it comes to all these local restaurants. And keep sending us your great story ideas. We've had a wonderful 2024. Michael, thank you for all your hard work.
Anytime. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, enjoy the Retromercial, and we will see you next week on Valley Spotlight.
Thank you.
Glade. Over here. Very merry.
Holidays. Smells delicious. Like pumpkin pie.
I wonder why.
Huh, one of those Glade candles. Smells just like the real thing.
Pie?
Pie.
Glade's festive line of holiday candles, made with essential oils. You'll believe they're the real thing.
They're Glade and very convincing.
S.C. Johnson Family Company.
If you like this video, subscribe to Valley Spotlight on YouTube and be sure to click on the notifications bell so you know when we've got some new stuff. You also can like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to us on Vimeo or our Roku channel.